Hello, everyone, and welcome to my review of pCloud. Now, this is just a unedited video of me using pCloud and showing you what I love about it. And that I've already wrote my review at randyhanley.com. It's one of my featured articles, so go check it out if you haven't already. And the reason I say go check it out is because almost everybody I know uses cloud storage, but they're not using some storage service that respects your privacy and has unbreakable security, like you see here. And Unbreakable gives you even more options to make it unbreakable. You can basically keep the keys and encrypt it completely so not even their staff could decrypt it. Now, you have to be really responsible with that kind of encryption because if you lose the key, you're SOL. So pCloud, what is it? It's a cloud storage, online storage. Think of Dropbox, think of OneDrive, think of Spider Oak. I mean, I don't know. There's tons. There's unbelievable amount out there, but this is one I didn't hear of until I started searching and digging for privacy respecting cloud storage services. And this is the one I kept coming to through Reddit threads, Google. I came to this one and it seems to be the most legit and the staff is just super helpful. Now, full disclaimer, I was given a account to log into that has a 2 terabytes storage, and I'm not being paid by pCloud to say any of this. I'm not getting any kind of bonus or anything outside of, unless you want to use my referral link, I get a small cut that costs you nothing out of your membership. So, just like an Amazon referral link, think of it like that. I really will encourage you to sign up, not just to give me a referral. I mean, if you don't use it, and you got to use it for another friend or something, I understand. I think this will just do you really good to have this. So pCloud is the cloud storage that you can trust. And here's why. And I'm going to read from my article that I wrote up last week. And in today's world of sharing data, cloud storage has become an absolute must. It's the easy way to get a file to somebody, right? And there are a few names that I already mentioned that are in the cloud storage world that are synonymous with cloud. One might be Dropbox, but this is the one that I recommend. And the features that it has are end-to-end encryption and zero-knowledge encryption. That's the one I was talking about, where you have the key and nobody can get into it but you. They list all of the types of compliance they have on their site, such as SOC 2 compliance. I'm familiar with that. I've worked with that. It's very stringent. The audits are when you are asked to provide data of hard drives that have been erased. This is incredible. And knowing that their company does this, they've earned my trust. And yeah, so anyways, like I said, this isn't edited, but let me just kind of click around here. They do have some promotions going on right now. They always have some sort of promotion, but some are better than others. And right now it's 85% off. If you did like a 10 terabyte storage plan, they let you use up to 5 users to have access to that plan. That is cool. You could split the cost with some family and go in on this and have a lifetime plan. I have the lifetime 2 terabyte plan because when I look at my OneDrive that I've had, and I've been paying $70 a year, I think it is, for my 1 terabyte on my Microsoft 365 account, it's great, but can you really trust Microsoft given their track record? Hell no. And pCloud has a clean slate as far as I'm concerned with any privacy records, and just also offering you that zero knowledge encryption. That's a big one. So I could just pay this extra fee on top of my cloud membership, which I'm going to do, but I could buy this extra storage plan where I only have the encryption keys. And if I lose it, I'm in trouble, but maybe I can store that information in my Bitwarden account that I have, or maybe I could store it in a safe on a piece of paper. I don't know. I don't think that's a good place to store it, but still, it's up to me, right? I'm responsible for it. If I lose it, I'm paying for that cloud storage. It's gone. I lose that storage key, but I'm going to store it in a couple places where I know only I can get access to it. So anyways, let's begin here. We're going to click and look around the site. This is the website that they tell you everything here about. If you want to know about their data regions, their GDPR, all their security information, you can go to on their website. And it's all right here. So anyways, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this interview, or this review. I can't talk when I'm doing this live. I swear. I'm going to mess it up. So anyway, the cool thing is it does this in Linux It has it for Mac OS. It has it for Windows, which I'm in right now. And that is the way that it mounts a drive. And that's a drive on your computer. So you can see right, let me remove some of this privacy respecting stuff because I can't have this on my screen for my review purposes. Okay, so right here you can see tune track. That's a drum studio thing I have. You can see right here, if I scroll down, pCloud, there's the drive. So it's almost like a legacy shared drive, which I'm very familiar with being in IT and I love. So I have this drive that feels local to my computer, but that's all of my virtual pCloud space. So that could be my 2 terabyte drive that's just extra on my computer. I have access to that now like it's a drive local to me. And that's really cool because that's where I can drag all my pictures. I want to store all of my files. But right now I'm going to do a live test. We're going to take a good size file. We're going to take an ISO. I'm going to start downloading it. We're going to go to Nobara Linux because that's my favorite Linux distribution. Spin of a Linux distribution, of Fedora, that is. And we're going to take that right here. We're going to go to download Nobara. And we're going to download the KDE 39 version. Go to I agree. And I am on fiber. I have a fiber connection here. And we're going to save it to my computer. So right now you can see I'm downloading it, and it's going pretty fast. I mean, it's a 3.5 gigabyte file. And what we're going to do is we're going to move this to the pCloud drive once it's done downloading, okay? So I'm going to open up my pCloud drive in another window here. Okay, we're going to drag it over. You can see some computer on my network that even I don't recognize. That's a red flag. Hey, but my drive is encrypted. I'm just kidding. I recognize this drive. I'm just wasting time and babbling while the download happens. We're over halfway done, though. But I want to test. I haven't actually done this with an ISO that's going to take up a good chunk of drive space and see how fast they allow my upload to be, how much they throttle it, right? But again, keep this in mind that I'll say it one more time. pCloud does work on the three main operating systems, as I'll call them: Linux, Windows, and Mac OS, and it worked flawlessly on all three of them. I do use all three operating systems in my day-to-day usage. I use Linux for my personal browsing after hours, like YouTube and all that fun stuff. So that's when I use it on my home computer. I use Windows and Mac OS all day, every day in my work environment. And pCloud does work on both of those very well. And I'll add that OneDrive in Mac OS still today is trash. It crashes a lot. The Finder extension for it, I've had lots of issues with. I've had zero issues with pCloud. And they're not Microsoft. They're not this multi-billion-dollar company. Their stuff just works on my computer, and I'm blown away by how well it works. Because I'm going to assume that pCloud is not as big as Microsoft. And it just shows you where companies are putting their eggs into which baskets to, prioritize things. AI, whatever. Bing, all that nonsense, right? And I don't hate Microsoft. I like Microsoft. I think they still have the best desktop operating system, hands down. So better than Linux, better than Mac OS by a long shot. But anyways, the download's done. So what I'm going to do is go to my downloads folder. I'm going to cut, and I'm going to right-click and paste the ISO into my pCloud drive. So right now it's moving it to pCloud drive, and it just said it's done. There's no way that's done. Okay, that was really fast. Now, I'm not acting. I'm really shocked if that's done, that it moved to the drive that fast. So if I go to pcloud.com and I sign in on my other screen here, just making this really safe in case I have to hide my credentials from you. I'm going to do randy@randyhanley.com is my login. And there we go. Okay, so it's uploading in the background. That's correct. Okay, so if I go now to pCloud Drive, there it is. Okay, now it shows me if I click on it, it's got a little sync icon on it. It says 93 megs of 2 terabytes used. But if I refresh this page, pCloud backup, 1027. So today's 1227, right? we're going to look around and make sure I didn't mess up or miss any files. Now, we saw that took about, I'd say, 2 minutes to do the download. It took over 2 minutes because it slowed down after it started for the download from Nobara's website. But if I keep refreshing this, I want to see if it eventually appears on their site. Again, you could tell I've never done this before. It shows a little sync icon. Let me hover over this and see if that does anything. If we go to backup. Okay, so we have all these folders checked. And when you first launch this, you're going to get this the first time through where you can uncheck all these folders. I personally like to uncheck these, but I just like to use the pCloud drive, like the P drive that you saw that I have on my computer, or the pCloud drive, I mean, but it is labeled P drive, and I like to put my files in there. Let's refresh it one more time. We're getting close to what the download time was for the Nobara. We're getting to the 2-minute mark, I think. I'm not seeing it yet, but again, I'm uploading, so I don't know what the throttling is. Oh, it's got the check mark. There it is. So it uploaded 3.5 gigs faster than when I downloaded it from Nobara's file server. That's awesome. So already faster than OneDrive in my experience, because I have about a terabyte of data in OneDrive, and that's mostly podcast episodes and videos I've edited in Camtasia and whatever else, OBS. And this is faster. So that's a really good sign. Now, something else I was reading about that I really find cool is now I could go ahead and right click on this file. I could go to share it. And this reminds me of SharePoint or OneDrive for Business, as they used to call it. It's basically like a mini SharePoint site. It has versioning, but it also has copy links where you can change the permissions on each thing you share. And this is really powerful because they don't have to have a pCloud account, which is incredible. They're not forcing everybody into their ecosystem like Microsoft does, where you need a Microsoft account or a Microsoft email address that's associated with a Microsoft account. That's super annoying to anybody I send a file to, especially my wife. She gets really annoyed. And I'm like, well, here, I'll just send it to you through OneDrive because, it's easy for me, right? And, oh, she's not happy. So this right here, we got a download. We can turn on. We can turn on an expiration date. This is already more powerful than OneDrive. And again, it's cheap, doesn't cost much to buy a lifetime plan. Like you're looking at $400 for a 2 terabyte plan right now. And if you're paying Dropbox for like their pro plan, you're gonna eat that cost up much quicker. Well, you're gonna eat up in a few years as opposed to a lifetime. This is a lifetime access to a 2 terabytes. So I hope this review was informative. I really hope that you consider signing up for pCloud because it's awesome, and I think everybody could benefit from better privacy and not giving all the money to Microsoft that does not respect your privacy. Same with Google Drive, who definitely doesn't respect your privacy. This is amazing. And thanks for watching, and have a great day. If you have any questions, put them at the bottom of the video in the comments section, and I will do my best to follow up. Thanks again.